Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome to episode 12, round 12 of our third season here on F1 Manager 2022. We are going to the Paul Ricard circuit tonight for the French Grand Prix for what will be the last time we race on the French circuit. Obviously, France not in this year's calendar, so will not be in F1 Manager 23, and this will be our final season on this game before we move to the next one, which comes out in 8-9 weeks. So let's see how well we can do tonight. We've got a new floor coming for this Grand Prix, and I'm really hoping it's going to give us a nice big performance boost. We really could do with that little extra impetus of speed, because we are just lagging just a little bit behind the Red Bulls at the moment. They did have a little bit more pace than us in the last couple of Grand Prix. We've not quite been able to make our way through, but we'll see how we do tonight. Evening Anthony, evening Corey. Did I watch the live stream today? No. Did Frontier put out a community live stream on F1 Manager 23? If so, I will have to watch that after the race. I've been working on City Skylines, and I will explain why when we get into practice. So yeah, I've not really been paying too much attention to YouTube today. Let's see. Let's advance time so we can get our new part. They showed off the race replay features today. Did they explain what the scenarios pack is for the deluxe edition at all, by any chance? Right, let's see. New floor. We need to manufacture a couple of these. How quickly can we get them? If we rush them, we can get 2 in 7 days. What about 3? 3 in 10 days. Excellent. Right, so we'll go ahead and manufacture 3 brand new underfloors. There we go. Hopefully those are going to have a big impact on the car. Let's see. We're just going to go gung-ho. We're not going to bother researching that much. We'll do some, but not huge amounts. We're going to try and maximize our... I got 55 days till the next project. Okay. That's a long time. We're just going to maximize working on upgrading the car. See if we can actually challenge for a championship. So, is that there we go. So we put all the hours on the suspension, didn't we? Okay. So that's going to come for Hungary. So we've got 1 slot left that we can use for a new part. Let's see. Can we squeeze in a minor rear wing upgrade in time for Spa? Let's see. We've got 2 minor rear wings left. That's it for the rear wing. So let's have a look. I don't think we'll actually be able to improve the car that much. Yeah, we've reached a point where we can't really improve the rear wing that much anymore. So that's not going to help us. We need to find other ways to reduce drag on the car. So without the hours, we can't really make any gains. We can maybe up our downforce, but we'll put too much drag on the car. Let me see. I've got 2 minor chassis left. I've got 1 major, 1 minor side pods left. So let me have a look at doing another chassis. So we can get a little bit of an improvement there. Evening Marcel. That will give us a little bit of a bump on downforce, top speed and engine cooling. So we'll go ahead and we'll do a minor a minor chassis upgrade. So let's see. The Belgian Grand Prix is in 45 days. So in 39 days that'll be done. I could potentially get that done even quicker. Remember, we can't rush anything. We've got the maximum number of engineers, and we've got 5 engineers on each of the other projects, so I may as well use these guys. Yeah, let's go ahead and do a minor chassis. Get it in 28 days. We won't get it in time for Hungary. That's only 17 days away, but we will get it in time for Spa. So, there we go. We won't have to rush manufacture those either, because they'll be ready in plenty of time. Let's see. I think we did the points, didn't we? Yes, we did. Alessandro is still 6 weeks away from another upgrade. 8 weeks for Matt. Our engineer will get one next week, so he should get one just before the Grand Prix. And Ben is still 5 weeks away. Let's take a look at our drivers. Not going to get a point before the next Grand Prix. Felipe probably won't either. Isaac might. Isaac probably will, actually. Right. Underfloor is in manufacturing. Low stock on suspensions. Oh, we did damage an underfloor, apparently. We've only got 2 of them. Why did we damage that? Must have been late in the race that I didn't notice. I've only got 1 spare front wing as well. That's not good. So we do need to get an extra spare wing. Or 2. How long till my new front wings are done? Oh, they're coming for Spa, aren't they? So yeah, we'll get 2, because we've got 2 Grand Prix to get through before we get to unlocking that new minor front wing upgrade. There we go. So 1 spare chassis, 1 spare suspension. Working on the underfloors right now. Don't need spare side pods. Don't need spare rear wings. Okay, we're all good to go in that respect. Let's go to our emails. Okay, moving on. Regulations have been approved for next season, so we will have changed the point system. It will go back to 25 points for a win. It'll also give us a pole position bonus point, a fastest lap bonus point, and double points on the last race. It's kind of a shame that we're not going to be actually continuing this career at the end of this season, but I'll keep the file just in case. Right. Underfloor manufacturing is done. Also, our scouting reports are in. So let's go and do a bit more scouting. There's a lot of engineers that we scouted there. I don't think there's going to be any major changes in the scouting. Let's check technical chiefs. There's nobody here really I want to scouts. Jan Monchot will not be at McLaren. Well, sorry, will not be at Alfa Romeo going forward. He has been replaced now by James Key, who used to be at McLaren in real life. So yeah, Monchot will be, if he's not there, if he's still there, he won't be there for too much longer. Let's take a look at the driver market. Are there any young drivers that we can take a peek at? There's a few. Let's do a scouting on Marcus Armstrong and Callum Williams. So a lot of young Australian and New Zealand drivers in this game. Stoffel, Clement Novalak, another young French driver. Ollie Caldwell, young British driver. Scout him. And Enzo Fittipaldi, young Brazilian driver, younger brother of Pietro, who, as far as I know, is still the reserve driver at Haas at the moment. We do have a new point for Isaac. Let's go ahead and give him a boost to his reactions. Alright, let's get the new parts fitted to the car. That's where we are right now going into this Grand Prix. So you can see 11th and 9th in speed, really good in clean air. DRS is pretty good, losing performance in the dirty air, but we have got that new underfloor to slap on. So let's go ahead and fit that and see what that does. And there we go, big improvement as you can see. We go from 11th to 7th in top speed, and acceleration stays about the same. Our medium speed cornering pace improves, and our dirty air performance massively improves, which is exactly what we needed. We needed that boost to our dirty air performance, so that is fantastic news. Right. Performance targets for this Grand Prix. We're going to set the same kind of targets we did last night. We're going to get 2 in the top 8 in quali. We're going to go for, obviously, both drivers in Q3. Fastest lap, we're going to get both cars to finish in the top 6. We should be more than capable of that this time out. And that, I think, is that. So, missing an email somewhere. There we go. Off to France.
It's Grand Prix time here in Le Castellet. The very first horseless carriage race was organised in France in 1894. Since then, well, the carriages have only gotten faster. For the Grand Prix here, Paul Ricard boasts a fine collection of low, medium and high-speed corners. The seam curve is taken at breakneck speed, right before heavy braking at Beausset. This is an all-rounder test for cars and drivers alike. The season is about halfway through, and it makes me wonder, what else is in store for the teams? Well, there's only one way to find out. Let the weekend begin!
Okay, we got a wet Friday. That isn't amazing. Hopefully it's only one session, not both. That could cause a few issues, but we'll see how we do. Generally, I've found that when our drivers put on a new part to the car, they are a little prone to making more mistakes until they get dialed into the new car. So, hoping that's not going to carry over into this session. We're going to start putting hards on, but we may take those off straight away if we've got rain in the first session. France is, let's see, 16 laps. Let's change out these engines. Getting a bit worn now, 70%. Change out the ERS modules as well. And swap out the gearbox there. And we'll have to go into that one there. Okay, cars are prepped with parts. Let's set up Felipe's run plan. And now let's do the sliders. So, let's have a look. So for Paul Ricard, we want quite a low-ish wing. We want around 11. Potentially even lower than that, but we're gonna start with an 11 rear wing. It might go up, it might go down a touch, but yeah, 11.5 I think is probably where we're going to be at. We're going to go with a 5, I think, on the front wing. Let's see, I'm just looking at my book. No, we'll go with a 5.5, and we'll go with a 3.7, a 3.5, and a 0.85. There we go. So that's that car set up. And for Freddie's car, we'll go something similar. Again, we'll go with an 11. And I'm going to go with a 6 front wing on this car. a 3.35 and a 0.6. There we go. Alright, let's send our boys out onto track.
Radio check.
Okay, so no bad weather in this session. That's good. We can get our hard tie running out of the way. That's all good stuff. So they've announced a few more minor features, the ability to save mid-session, which I was expecting to be in the game. That is kind of one of the things that they kind of hinted at, but never really actually confirmed. And the updated track map. I did see a screenshot of an updated track map of Miami on the PlayStation Store, which looked hideous. But obviously that is a work in progress, so hopefully that will be looking a lot better once that actually goes live. So, City Skylines, I did say that I would talk about that in practice. I had made the mistake of not actually activating all 25 tiles on Bobbington. So, Bobbington 2.0 is in the works right now. I have been working on that on and off throughout the last couple of days, trying to get that up and running to a point close to where we were, and hopefully we'll be picking that up tomorrow. I've still got a little bit more work to do to try and catch up to where we were, but it's not too far off. Does it disable trophies? No. There are two options. You've got to enable all 25 tiles at the top of the options, and then further down you've got immediately unlock all 25 tiles, and if you click that one, that is what disables the trophies. It's like having infinite money or infinite soil for terraforming, or all that stuff, all the things that infinite power, etc., all the things that give you that immediately disable trophies. All this does is you still have to go through and unlock the 9 tiles as standard, but when you get to the final mark, which on this map is 75,000 population, it then unlocks all remaining tiles. So yeah, it does warn you that if you enable that it says if you go above 9 tiles, then the game can start to suffer. So it's recommended you keep a backup save, which obviously we'll be doing, but we'll see. So yeah, I had to, because I wanted to experience 25 tiles, even if we don't use all 25, just being able to have more than 9, you know, to be able to shape the city the way we want to shape it, rather than in a small little box, as has been the case previously, meant that I had to go back. So I don't know if we're going to try and build to the full 25. We will probably try and unlock most of the tiles, if not all 25, but yeah, like I said, I don't know if I want to build in every single tile. I just want to have the ability to really stretch out our development so it's not all crammed into a little 3x3 box.
That sounds like someone's gone
I'm expecting
wide
us to probably only go to maybe 12, maybe 13 tiles, something like that, but I want to have the option of more than 9, and Bobbington does not have that option, unfortunately, because I didn't activate it. So yeah, Bobbington 2.0 is being developed right now. Let's push that to a 1.9. I don't have any 1.9 setups for Paul Ricard, so that might be wrong. It might actually be a 5.5. I'm going to go to the 5.5 because I have got a 5.5 setup. It's a 5.5, 11.5, 5.5, 3.2, and a 0.2. So front wing looks good, braking looks good, cornering's just off a touch. That looks better. Rear wing's good. Don't think the roll bar's good enough, but we'll try it. That's assuming we're going the right way with the roll bar. Yeah, let's make those changes. See if that works. Evening, Mr. Water.
Copy that.
And there is Felipe boxing. I think he had to do an extra lap. It's one of those weird, annoying little things on some of these circuits. This one in particular, that if you're under pressure from another driver, you just don't even try and box. You just stay out. It's annoying. Miami's bad for that as well. Right, so this one's actually pretty close, 95%. We just need to make a couple of little tweaks. So let's dial that to there. Pull. Do I move that? No, let's push that back to there. There we go, that works. That's breaking the front wing, isn't it? There we go. Let's go ahead and make that change there. I don't know if that's going to be enough on the camber. I might have to just push the front wing up to 6. Pull that back in a bit like that. Alright, we'll give that a go. We'll see how that works. So yeah, when we load up the city skylines map tomorrow, it will look very different because I've taken the opportunity to go in a very different direction. Yeah, I didn't expect the scenarios to be huge. I don't know if they're going to be worth doing beyond doing them once. There's probably going to be... well, I don't even know if they're going to be... I don't think there's even going to be trophies for them if they're only in the deluxe edition. They wouldn't put trophies in the deluxe edition that wouldn't be in the base game. So, yeah, there's not even going to be a trophy incentive to actually do the scenarios. They're just going to be available. They're probably not going to be that in-depth or important. So yeah, I don't know. I still don't know whether or not I can justify recommending the deluxe version to anyone. Not at 55 quid. That's a bit much. A few of them are equal performance races, and there's one where there's rain at Bahrain. Oh, okay, so maybe there's a point to them then. Maybe they're not just... I wonder if you get to create your own scenarios. The deluxe is the only one with the yearly 4-day access. Oh, okay. That's a little misleading on the PlayStation Store then. Unless I just misread it. I might have misread it. I was in a bit of a rush. Getting set up for last night's stream. Uh, 91%, so a big improvement for Vesti. Not quite there yet, but definitely a big step in the right direction. What about Felipe?
How does it feel?
No change. Still 95%. So, okay. So something improved and something got worse. And they kind of cancelled each other out.
Good session.
Alright, there we go. Check a flag. So we've got penalties for Hamilton and Leclerc and Albon and Zhou. Let's see if anyone else picks up penalties as well. We should have rain in this session. Is it still the same map for Bobbington 2.0? Yes, it will be the same map. It's just I've gone about developing in a very different way. Well, I've kept the same basic premise of the road running through the centre and branching off that, but the way I've laid things out is different, and I think it's better personally. But I'm still haven't got to 9,000, so I haven't unlocked the train yet. I'm about 8,500 on my population so far. We're going to leave the soft tyres on for this one because we have got the rain coming. What do I need to change? Okay, that's gone from that to that, so it's got to be a 6.4 then. Which means that has to go to there. Need to pull the front wing back to a 5, maybe? Actually, maybe not. Yeah, I am going to have to push that up. Let me go to a 5 and hope that that doesn't affect the rear wing too much. That is going to be tight, but we'll try that. So what do we improve? What do we break? Okay, so either the toe or the cornering went the wrong direction. I'm going to assume it was the toe that went the wrong direction, so I'm going to go there and hope that that fixes that. Again, we're going to 16 laps, drop the pace into practice 2.
Radio check.
And we've got rain after about 15 minutes, so let's get our drivers out there quickly. Which McLaren is that following us out? It's Hamilton.
Gearbox.
Okay, as always, we're going to be massively off the pace. We're running worn, very worn components on a low pace setting, and we're also driving clean air and avoiding the curves. And just avoiding the curbs takes about a second a lap off your time. If not more.
I think we've had a car run wide.
Does save your tyres though,
Pretty soon.
because you're not really attacking the corners.
There is a small sprinkling of rain.
Copy.
Alright, let's call them in. I think what I might do is I might possibly save a set of mediums. I don't know. Just in case we get a safety car in the race. This is usually a one-stop race. Hard tyres just do not last here. And I don't think we're going to have... Well, we might, maybe. maybe we'll have the pace if we go medium, medium, soft. I don't know. I think, oh, again, look. For whatever reason, he's just staying out. I don't know why they do that. It's so annoying. So he's now got to crawl around for another lap. Let's change the tyres. There we go. How close did we get? Pretty close. It's just down to the oversteer and the cornering, and I think those should stay as they are. So that looks like that's going to be a 100 setup. That's good. So there we go, Felipe on his way out. Freddie limping his way back. Finally gets into the garage. 2.5 mil on the track by the time he gets there. Very slow lap. And again, big improvements there, so that's encouraging. And there we go, both our cars out on track, and that's going to be them running now until their runs are done.
What's your thoughts on coming in or doing any more?
And there we go, confirmation of a 100% setup for free. Beautiful stuff. So Felipe should be close behind. There it is.
How's the balance?
That's what we like to see.
Rain, all clear.
Copy.
So when I get into about 75%, I might call him in.
Sounds like a spin.
Oh, Ocon having home race troubles. What a shame. Let's melt these inters for the last few laps. There we go. And that's them done. They're not going to go out again. Not this session.
Someone spun out.
Once again, Magnussen looking very quick in that Haas. But practice pace doesn't mean it's going to be quick in quali.
We've just had a car run wide.
And quite often we see cars running very well in practice and then not doing the same in quali. Or vice versa, not doing well in practice and then doing very well in quali. I mean, we're a prime example of that. Look at our times, and then we're usually qualifying second row. So no other penalties have been picked up yet. We've still got one more session to go. We will use the mediums today. I'll go for a 24 lap run. That's probably a little bit more fuel than I need, but better safe than sorry.
Radio check.
And let's get them both out on track.
Green light, green light.
So let's see who's looking quick. Again, Magnussen, look at that. Very quick. Tyres, is everyone else running? Hards for Hamilton. He's only a couple of tenths off on Hards. Interesting. So, assuming that we go for a one-stop in this, the decision is whether we start on the hards and go to the mediums, or start on the mediums and go to the hards. If we start on the mediums, then we can control our pace, potentially, and then have really good hards to go on to. If we can start on the hards, and the AI starts on the mediums, then potentially we're in trouble in trying to keep with them. If we can keep with them,
I think someone's run wide.
then we'll be in good shape in the second half of the race, when we'll have the grippier rubber, the faster rubber. It's catch-22 though, because we will have to run longer before we make our stops. And that means we could, well, lose ground that we find hard to catch back up again. So do I go for the mediums and undercut the hard runners, or do I go for the hard and try and maintain as a good an advantage as possible on the hards, so that when we go on the mediums we don't have too much work to do? It's a tricky one. I really don't think medium soft is going to be the way to go. And tyres do wear out very quickly here. You know, lap times do start to increase as the tyres wear out quite quickly on this circuit. So we can't really push the tyres if we want to be competitive towards the end of the stint. If we do that, we're going to really suffer later in that stint. And with the field being so close this season as well, and so few points positions available, decisions like this are much more critical this year than they were last, or even in season 1. Last season the field was a little bit more spaced out, and there were 8 points paying places. This season the field is tighter, and there's only 6 places. So getting a decision like this wrong means no points. And, you know, that can't happen. Still just a 4 on their penalties. No one else has picked one up, so it's time to head to quali. Really hoping our engines will be in slightly better shape than this, but Got to use those ones. Got to save the other engine for Spa. That's where our car's going to hopefully sing. Okay.
Check.
So because of the nature of the circuit and the fact that the soft tyres in particular wear out very quickly here, we are going to do just one run at the end of the session and hope that that's clean enough for us to get through. It's always a risk when you just do one run, because if you make a mistake on that run, you're out. But as I say, soft tyres really do not last on this circuit. We're going to need a fresh set in every session. So Perez setting the early pace. Leclerc looking quick. Sainz looking quick as well. Ferrari rediscovered their form a little bit. Alright, we're out at the head of the queue. That's good. And we've got a Haas tucking out behind us. Tell Freddie not to fight. That's Schumacher, I think. Yes, it is. He might be close enough to get a slipstream off the back of us here. So here we go. Our one and only run. Can we get a clean run through? Can we avoid the lap one drama of last season, where we took out Hamilton before we even got out the first sector with Freddie, and that was the end of his race. Let's see him close up under the slipstream here. Encouraging to see that we are setting purple sectors. I expected Freddie to set the fastest middle sector, but for Felipe to set the fastest first sector is very encouraging, especially with engines at 70%, and these are Honda engines, so they wear out from 85% onwards. Oh, look at that. Great pace. We have proper pace. I like that. I like that a lot. Wow, Ricciardo getting a quick lap. He's slipstreaming a McLaren. Oh, Leclerc splits us. Looks like he just managed to get a little bit of a slipstream off the back of Bottas, and Hamilton improves as well, close to Sainz. But we've definitely got pace, and both both Leclerc and Hamilton are on penalties, so they will drop out of position come the grid. I'm feeling a little confident now going into this Grand Prix. Alright, fresh tyres on both cars. Once again, we are going to take the risk, and we're going to sit and wait till the end of the session.
Radio check.
We'll try and head out the rest of the field. Okay, they went out earlier than I was expecting, so we'll have to give them a bit of a space, a bit of a gap. There we go. Hopefully that'll be enough. And this time we'll give Felipe the tow. So here goes the hot lap. 130.9 is the target set by Verstappen. I think they did all those laps on scrubs, so I'm expecting them all to improve. Perez especially, look where he is, down in 13th. We've got a Ferrari getting a slipstream off the back of one of the Alpines. One of the Haas, it's got to be Magnussen because Schumacher didn't make it through. He's getting a slipstream off an Alpha. Magnussen goes P1 at 30.9, just faster than Verstappen. Hamilton improves to third. Bottas is out. Norris at risk. Perez jumps up to third. Verstappen goes P1. This is just to get through, it's not to set the grid. Improvement for Ricciardo. Sainz takes pole. Now Leclerc takes provisional pole. Russell moves up to 8th. So Russell and Norris are potentially getting eliminated here as well, because we're setting purple sectors again. How much faster can we go? Ooh, it's very close. Look at that, third and fourth. Very close. Less than a tenth of a second separating the top four. Alright, it looks as though having Felipe at the front is probably the smarter move. So we'll make sure that he's the one giving the tow to Freddie.
Radio check.
So here we go, final session once again. Gonna wait till the end. So everyone going out on brand new tyres for this first run. So this is going to be the time that sets the grid, unless there's any major slipstreaming going on. And already I can see both Ferraris looking to get a slipstream. Sainz off the back of Perez, Leclerc off the back of Hamilton. The two Alpines are going out back to back. Ricciardo is leading Ocon. So Ocon's going to get the slipstream benefit here from his teammate. Magnussen and Perez are going to be down the order as a result. Perez crosses the line to start his hot lap. Sainz lagging just a little bit too far behind Verstappen, maybe. Leclerc in perfect position there. Sainz should get a distant tow from Verstappen. But he's a little further away than is ideal. Perez sets a 130.9, that's not enough. Verstappen a 130.8. Leclerc does take provisional pole. Sainz was just a little bit too far away by the look of it. Ocon shoots up to second with that slipstream there from Ricciardo. It's going to be a very, very tight run. So again, I'm not expecting any major improvements from the front runners. Maybe if one of them can sneak a really good slipstream off the other one, like Ocon got from Ricciardo, and we're going to give to Vesti, then maybe we'll see some movement. But other than that, I don't think anyone else is going to improve, because they're going to be running scrubs. They're going to probably stay on the exact same tyres that they're on right now. Yeah, they're going straight out on those tyres again. Looks like Ocon's going to get a tow off the back of Perez. So Ocon is going to try and see if he can sneak pole position. He's in good, he's got a decent chance. He's chasing down Perez, who's a faster car than his teammate. If he can get the slipstream right, then he'll get it. He'll be able to potentially improve. But we don't care about that. This is what we care about. Can we slingshot Vesti onto the front row? Can we slingshot him onto pole position? How quick can Felipe go punching a hole in the air? Greens in the first sector. No purples. Greens in the middle sector, so we're not going to get the front row, I don't think, unless we really dial it in this final sector. Freddie cannot get any closer to Felipe without taking him out. Up to the line. Wow! How are we a second off? What the hell? How did we just end up a second off the pace?
Race day has arrived and the time has come for these drivers to fight it out wheel to wheel.
What the hell
There was
happened?
some good work from Aston Martin during the qualifying session, and they will go to the grid full of confidence. This weekend, Red Bull displayed promise during qualifying. Now they need to capitalize on their grid position and get a good race under their belts. And the race will be taking place under blue skies. That means the teams should be able to apply their strategies without any added complications.
Absolutely right. So brace yourself for a fantastic conclusion to the French Grand Prix.
You can't see, but I'm just sitting here dumbstruck. I mean, how the hell were we a second off the pace in that final session? We were 1.2 seconds slower than we'd been all weekend in qualifying. What on earth happened? I just don't get it. Alright, well, we're starting on the hards then. That's pretty much a given. I don't understand. I really don't. We were using brand new tyres as well, look. Yeah, I'm just completely bumfuzzled on that one. Okay, alright, we've got our work cut out for us. We've got a car that's quick. We know we've got a car that's quick. I don't know what the hell happened in that final session, but let's see how well we can work our way through the field.
We have beautiful blue skies overhead as the drivers line up on the grid. Taking a look at the Aston Martin. Not as close to the front as they might have wished for, but we know the race order can change a lot during those first few corners. There's the second Aston Martin. They might not be in the top 3 spots, but things could change fast once the race gets underway. Will their hard work pay off today?
It better. So it looks like Ocon got pole after all.
It's time for the French Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we
Leclerc
go.
way down in 19th. Where's Hamilton? 15th for Hamilton. Magnussen and Ricciardo in front are on the mediums, as are Ocon and Sainz. I'm glad we did go hards because the Red Bulls are on hards. I still can't get over what the hell happened in Q3 there. I just don't understand it. I really don't.
Back off.
We're going to take it easy on the tyres as much as we can. Yeah, I'm still completely stunned by that. To lose a second. I don't get it. I really don't. Never mind. Let's try and put that out of our mind. We're 7th and 8th. So, yeah, a bit of work to do, but on the grand scheme of things, it's not horrible. You know, we're still relatively close to the front. We're on the right strategy, I think. The hards to the mediums. It's going to be interesting to see if the medium runners try and break away, and it looks like they're not going to be able to. If they were, I think they would have done by now. So those who are on the mediums are going to suffer in the second half of the race, which is why I'm trying to just eke out a little bit more life in these hards while we can, because if we can keep these nice and fresh when it comes to the mediums pitting, we want to be able to get straight onto the back of the Red Bulls. And we want to maybe, you know, push hard when they box so that we can try and overcut them by a lap. That's going to be tricky, but I might undercut one driver, I might overcut with the other. Hedge our bets a little.
DRS enabled.
Right now we're not really saving much in the way of tyres. So I'm going to try dropping us down at pace level and see what happens. I'm not even going to try and overtake Magnussen and Ricciardo. Not until their tyres start to go off. So this is a race of tyre attrition, this circuit. So this is a race where we just have to be patient, wait for our opportunities, and then take them at the first time of asking. If we really want to maximise our chances. We do have excellent dirty air performance now, so we should hopefully be able to get away with running our tyres on this lower setting and still be able to keep DRS range, because we're not going to lose that grip in the corners. And we've got a very good DRS, 3rd in speed, 3rd in acceleration. So again, the combination of those means that we should be able to run like this for quite a while. We'll save some life on the tyres. We need to save a bit of fuel at some point soon as well. We'll see if a safety car comes out. That could change things up a little bit. I don't think I'll switch off the hards if we get an early-ish safety car. I think what's more likely is that I might try and extend as much as possible and maybe throw on a set of softs at the end for one of my drivers instead of a set of mediums. I don't want to do that with both of them. That's a risky strat. Speaking of risks, Vesti is starting to drop off a little bit. Let's just up his tyre pace slightly.
Okay, copy.
Make sure he gets more comfortable again.
We think we can lean on the tyres more.
Copy.
So we're going to be spending the first half of the race just kind of modulating our pace, pushing it up a little bit here, dropping it down a little bit there, just keeping ourselves in touch with the cars in front and protecting the car as much as possible. If we can save as much wear on the engine as possible as well, because it's still going to do one more race before we get that new engine in. for Spa, then that would be good as well. Still got to get through Hungary. So the more life we take out of the engine today, the worse our performance will potentially be in the next Grand Prix.
Drop back a bit.
Copy.
But this is a strong showing for Alpine, especially on their home circuit. The problem is for them, they're running the mediums and they're pulling all the hard tyre runners along with them. So the Red Bulls, us, Russell and Norris, they haven't really got to worry about Tsunoda. Leclerc's got his way up to 17th, Hamilton's still in 15th. It's going to be a long afternoon for those two. But Stroll's dropping off, so Leclerc should be getting the move done to move up to 16th very soon. Get onto the back of Hamilton and Bottas. Ricciardo gets a push on Perez and gets through. Perez retakes the position. They're still side by side though, it's close. I think Ricciardo's got the inside line. Yellow flag in sector 1, that's someone off behind us, I think.
Yellow ahead.
Copy.
Norris had a spin.
Let's see what happened there. Watch this. We're looking at Lando Norris.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Norris. That's going to drop him right back. It's unfortunate for McLaren as well, with one of their cars all the way down the grid.
That's going to be a big...
They've got another one joining it.
So we just need to push now.
Copy.
So our tyre's now fractionally better than everyone else's. Ricciardo now looking to threaten Verstappen. So this is good. This is bringing the Bulls close to us. And we're not having to do anything at all. We can just sit back and let that happen. But Alpine going very strong here. I think Vesti is driving defensively. So let's tell Felipe to back off.
Push more.
Yeah, copy.
Use energy if you need it. Use energy.
Copy.
There we go. don't normally impose team orders on my drivers like this early, this early in the Grand Prix, but given where we started and where we should have been starting, and the strategy that we're going for, it's too early to let them race. We will let them race later on, but right now we need them to work together. So it's Ocon leading Sainz, then Ricciardo. The Alpines first and third right now. Then the two Red Bulls, and Magnussen just in front of us. And then our two drivers of Vesti and Drugovic just outside the points. Magnussen now looking a little bit feisty against the back of Perez. We're 9 laps into this Grand Prix now, or 8 laps down, just starting the 9th. Let's take a look at tyre wear. Now you can see we are starting to build a little bit more of a tyre advantage over the Red Bulls, which is what I need if we want to try and jump them later. I've only saved 0.2 kilos of fuel so far, so we're going to have to do a little bit more of that soon. Let's see, I'm just about keeping pace at the moment. Let's try dropping the fuel load down as well.
Save fuel.
Okay, copy.
See if we can maybe get some fuel saving done in these early laps as well. I might need to up the tyre pace just a little bit,
We're good to push.
Yeah, copy.
just so we're not overdoing it. Oh, we've still got full batteries with our cars as well, so we have got that in hand if we need it. But it's not going to do us any real favours right now. There's no point us pushing at this stage. Like I said, France is one of those circuits where you just have to be patient, wait for the opportunities, and then try and execute as quickly as you can, and decisively as you can. Yeah, we are asking a little bit too much to save fuel and tyres at the same time, so we'll just up the tyre pace again, just for a couple more laps. Get tucked back up again. Magnussen has now got past Perez. I wasn't paying attention, I missed that one. Russell looking a little bit aggressive. And Russell gets us.
Stay cool, man. You're doing a good job.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Yeah, copy.
Let's retake that position. There we go.
Okay, good job.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Save fuel, save fuel.
Copy.
Okay, so 136.8 is the pace at the front at the moment. Russell looking threatening again.
No saving required.
Copy.
And that's a new fastest lap for Felipe.
Yeah, take it easy.
Copy.
Let's go back to tyre management. It'll be easier for us to save fuel when we've got a more significant grip advantage, I think. Oh, someone's locked up. Stroll dropping down the order, is that? No, someone else.
That's the lockup.
Sonoda.
Here's the replay. Now look at this. It was the Alpha Tauri driver involved. And yes, that's the lockup. No! And the team had such high...
Alright, so we're staying within the 1 second. Not quite as close as I would like, but we're close enough. As I said, we are saving a lot of life in these tyres at the moment. We've managed to get some fuel saved, say 0.6 kilos now. We'll still have to do a little bit more later, but not a huge amount, I don't think. And more importantly, we're building a tyre advantage over the Red Bulls. And Russell behind us as well. And we're just 2 seconds off the lead. If we were a little bit further forward, we would be ideally placed to start a breakaway in a couple of laps' time. Try and break away from the medium runners while their tyre pace is falling off and leave a gap to the rest of the field. But given that we are inexplicably down in 7th and 8th as opposed to near the front of the grid, we are kind of stuck where we are. So we just got to pay attention now to Verstappen. When he starts making moves on Ricciardo, we know that the medium tyres are starting to go, and that the pace pendulum will have swung to the hard tyres, and then we need to start looking to step things up a bit. Because the last thing we need is for the Red Bulls to break away from us. and start punching clean air while we're stuck behind slower medium cars. Verstappen does look like he is starting to get a little aggressive. Tyres are now under 70% for the mediums. Getting close to the point where they're going to start switching over to the hards for the preferred pace, or for the the faster pace. Let's see, when is the AI going to make their stops? According to the predictions, we're looking at between laps 19 and 25. So in about 6 or 7 laps we should start to see them boxing. I would like to be further forward than this, but I'm just going to burn my tyres out and my battery just getting past Perez and Magnussen. By the time I do that, I won't have anything to actually break away with when I get to the front. Another yellow flag in sector 1. That's a McLaren again. Hamilton this time. So having fought his way up the field a bit, Hamilton now bins it and goes to the back again.
Now just take a look at the McLaren.
Oh, it's not been a good race for either McLaren driver so far. Both of them spinning out on that corner.
The team are really disappointed with that.
Russell looking a little twitchy at the start of this final sector there. Didn't want to take the risk. Sainz gets past Ocon. So Ferrari into the lead. Alpine still running second and third. Still ahead of Verstappen. Magnussen still ahead of Perez. And all of them still ahead of us. Got 5% tyre wear life advantage now. Pace does seem to be quickening just a touch compared to us.
Happy to push.
Copy.
You can use energy.
Yeah, copy.
Just a little squirt of battery, just to make sure we stay in that 1 second window.
Get back off.
Copy.
All okay on fuel, so you can do what you want for speed.
Copy.
So we're just a couple of laps away from the medium runners pit window. That opens on lap 19. So I'm expecting cars to start pitting probably around about lap 21, 22. Might get someone jump in at the beginning of the window, but I think the majority of the drivers will pit around about lap 21, 22.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Yeah, copy.
I think now is time for us to start closing that gap.
So we just need to push now.
Copy.
Magnussen's starting to struggle to keep up with Verstappen. Perez is all over the back of him as well. So those mediums are really starting to struggle now. You can see Perez really getting aggressive. No need for our drivers to stop fighting, to stay right in sequence with each other. Now we can let them loose. Chance that maybe one of them can capitalise on the other. Capitalise if the other is boxed in somewhere, perhaps. And we should be able to stay very close to the back of Perez now, with a little bit of extra grip. In fact, Vesti now even thinking about an overtake. Or is he just going defensive against Felipe? He's going defensive. Alright, so there's still, he's still hampering Vesti. I guess we'll just have to wait till the pit stops start happening before we unleash them both. Might have an opportunity to attack Perez here.
So use energy.
Copy.
Go on, have a lunge. Put him under pressure. Up the inside. That's a great move. And we've got to run on Magnussen. Here we go, Ricardo into the pits.
That's it.
Energy if you need it.
Got a chance on Max, got to take it.
This is good.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Drop back a bit.
Okay, copy.
We can push more.
So we've got Vesti into an excellent position now, up into third, ahead of Verstappen. Got Drugovic ahead of Perez. We rocket past Magnussen there with the tyres and the DRS wide open. Sorry, the battery on full
take it
deploy
easy.
there.
Copy.
This is good.
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Things are looking very good here. Got a chance to get Verstappen here. There goes Sainz.
You're doing a good job. Use energy.
Copy, copy.
Ah, Max squeezed us. Okay, so we definitely got the tyre advantage. That's good.
Come on.
We're in a position where Vesti can just sit behind and charge for a lap before Ocon dives into the pits. Because I've got the DRS to protect me. Forgot just how important DRS is, battery is coming out of that corner. Alright, well let's stay behind and charge up on the back of Verstappen. This doesn't really change the plan. I'm expecting Ocon to box at the end of this lap anyway, so Verstappen would just have nailed us in the DRS zone. Ocon stays out another lap. There goes Magnussen. Gasly and Leclerc both in the pits as well. Sainz is down in last place. Ricciardo just in front of him. Loads of cars dropping into the box now. Max takes the lead.
Energy's good.
Yeah, copy.
Ocon will fight him. And gets him. Is this the lap that Ocon dives into the box? Yes, it is. Oh, and Russell jumps Perez there. Excellent.
Got loads of energy.
Okay, copy.
So we get both our cars through. Beautiful stuff. And now we're going to try and break away if we can. This is going to be a really tricky ask for our drivers to actually sprint away.
Push a bit more.
Copy.
But we'll see what they can do.
Let's take a closer look. Let's have a look here. This was the Aston Martin.
Great overtake in the background there from Felipe.
Moving up a position in the pack.
And this is why I wanted to try and look after the tyres, so that we would at least have some kind of an opportunity to try and break away. And if we burn the tyres out, we can always just go for an undercut. But I'm really hoping we can open up enough of a gap between now and the long back straight with the DRS there for us to maintain positions and even maybe open up a gap. Their tyres are under 60.
Good job.
So here we are, we've fallen our way to the front. We are 1.5 seconds ahead of Russell, who jumps ahead of Verstappen. Beautiful. Russell not as quick as Verstappen, so if he's leading through the corners, that means they'll fall away even faster, potentially. Due to stop lap 32. Do I go to lap 31, 32 or 32, 33 for my drivers?
Back off.
Yeah, copy.
Russell gets back ahead of the Red Bulls. Thank you, Russell. Sector 1 yellow flag. That's not one of the McLarens again. Or is it?
Someone's run wide.
It is!
Take a look now.
Jesus.
Watch this. We're looking at Lando Norris. Oh dear, dear, dear.
That's cost him some momentum.
Far wider than they
Kept
would have
position
wanted.
and he should just about hang on, but... yeah, not good. And Norris does get overtaken by both Zhou and Vettel. So yeah, that run wide there cost him 2 places. You know, because he had a bad exit onto the back straight. So things looking pretty good right now. Very comfortable with our situation. We're okay on fuel. We could still save a little bit more. We're just rebuilding the battery at the moment. Another yellow flag in sector 1. Surely it's not a McLaren again.
They've gone wide.
That's Perez this
Let's
time.
have a look. So let's look at this. There's Sergio Perez.
So that's a mistake
Goodness me,
that
they're completely
Norris
off the
made.
racing line.
He will still get the DRS. He'll have already crossed the activation point. But if he's not careful, he might get dropped for the rest of the lap. Looks like he's going to be okay. Damn, that would have been nice if Perez would have dropped off the back of that train there. Tell him not to fight while he's charging.
We're not okay on fuel.
Copy.
Make sure that Felipe's driving as fast as he can with no distractions behind. Still want to try and build that gap if we can. Got up to 2.5 seconds now. Russell doing a great rear gunning job for us there. Okay, so the AI pit window opens up on lap 29. So, ideally, what I want to do is I want to start pushing my drivers now.
So we just need to push now.
Okay, copy.
Really try and stretch that gap now. And there you can see the difference in pace. We're about 0.8 of a second faster on that last lap. They are going to be boxing very soon. So let's see. Ricardo is 28 seconds behind us. There's a big queue of Ricardo, Norris, Zhou, Magnussen, Vettel and Sainz. We want to get out ahead of Ricardo. We need to get out ahead of Ricardo, or else we're in real trouble. Now that he's punched his way through to the front, we've got to be very careful. We've got to watch his lap time. See what he does. I'm hoping the fact that he's under constant pressure from a long train behind him means he is going to be slow. And there you can see we're stretching the gap by another half a second or so over Russell, who's back in front of Verstappen. Okay, Ricardo coming up to the line. There's a 1:35.8. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. So, question is now, do I undercut? I think I box Bestie at the end of this lap.
Box, box.
And then we just look after the tyres again when he comes out. We need to get him out ahead.
Come on.
Copy, copy.
We're pushing hard now, pushing hard.
Copy. Relay.
Copy.
So, Djokovic will get the DRS. We got his battery almost fully charged up again. Again, we were half a second faster than Verstappen. Where is Bestie going to come out? Come on, get out ahead of Ricardo. Get out ahead of Ricardo. Be comfortable, because Felipe's boxing this lap. He's comfortable.
Box, box.
Yeah, copy, box.
Happy to push.
Copy.
Five-second gap now to Russell and the Bulls.
Save fuel.
Yep, copy. Pit lane.
Copy.
So 23, 24 seconds is what's needed for a pit stop. We have that window. The cars behind us currently do not. So now we need them to stay out a little bit longer and Ricciardo to get a little bit closer, and they will come out behind Ricciardo, Norris, Ocon, Magnussen, Sainz, Zhou, and all that big gaggle of traffic. This could work out very nicely indeed for us here. Beautiful. Our drivers are back together again on track. They're saving fuel. We're 18 seconds off. We need about 23, 24 seconds for a pit stop. And as you can see, the leaders only have 22 seconds to Ricciardo. So they'll come out in that battle between Magnussen, Ocon and Sainz around that point there. And the more these laps keep ticking over, the less that gap's going to get. So the further down the order they're going to go. If they stay out too much longer, they run the risk of dropping behind Zhou, which would be fantastic. We are now in excellent shape. The only cars in front of us are still yet to pit, and they're going to be going for the soft tyres. I think they would have pitted by now if they were going... Well, actually, no, they might still box for mediums. Perez is in. So, where's Perez going to feed out? This is the all-important moment. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 3. Please don't be one of my drivers. Tsunoda, Schumacher and Bottas are all in, so they're going to get out of the way of us. It's Norris again. Jesus, Norris. Keep it together, man. Keep it on the track. So we're both through. Where's Ricciardo? There's Ricciardo. Oh, that's beautiful. He's behind Sainz. Fantastic. So that's roughly where Verstappen and Russell are going to feed out. Behind that group. Oh, Verstappen runs wide.
Now here we see Max Verstappen.
It's all coming up Aston.
They've gone wide. They won't be happy.
That's going to slow
that.
both of those guys down. Oh, this is beautiful. Beautiful stuff. We got clean air. We got Ricciardo 3 seconds behind us, who's isolated from Magnussen, who's a further 2 seconds back. We've almost done all of our fuel saving as well. And that mistake from Verstappen and Russell cost them a second, I think. Perez is past... No, Perez isn't past Leclerc. Perez is still behind Sainz. There goes Verstappen. That's a quick stop. That's a very quick stop. We've gone through. There goes Ricciardo. Here comes Magnussen and co. Perez is now past Sainz, and Verstappen is second off the back of him. He's got Leclerc right behind him as well. Excellent stuff. He's out of DRS range. Leclerc is just about in DRS range. He could be vulnerable to Leclerc here. This is getting better and better.
You can stop, lift and coast.
Copy.
Oh, they are still not fighting each other. Okay, yeah, we need to turn that off. Yellow flag somewhere.
Did somebody spin out there?
Stroll with a spin.
Let's see what happened there. Now let's have a look. It's Lance Stroll.
That's a popular corner for mistakes.
And yes,
Everyone's making them there.
that's where
I wonder why my drivers weren't attacking each other. Forgot to tell Felipe he could go weapons hot.
This is good, come on.
Damn it, I am muted again. I have no idea how long I've been muted for. Lowbuck, did you hear me say hello? Because if not, then I've been muted for a while. But yeah, we're in really good shape. I was just saying that, you know, with Russell finally boxing for softs, he's got a lot of work to do to get himself up to the points, to 6th place. We are nicely controlling the pace. We've got a lock up somewhere. Is that Magnussen? Magnussen's locked up. Oh, God, that's one of our safety net cars out of the way. That's not good.
That's a lock-up. Let's take a closer look. All eyes on Kevin Magnussen here. Oh, and there's the lock-up.
That's not good at all. That's going to free up the Red Bulls to really attack Ocon. So I was just, you know, talking initially to myself, to saying that it was good that we had Ocon and Magnussen a second and a half behind Ricciardo as a buffer stop. And now one of those cars is gone, and Ocon's going to be vulnerable to Perez. Very vulnerable. And Russell's going to jump Magnussen almost immediately here. Fuel is now taken care of. We're fuel positive with Vesti. We're almost there with Felipe. We haven't got to worry about any more fuel saving. Joe finally boxes for his soft tyres. Okay, maybe the Alpines being in the slipstream of each other isn't such a bad thing if they can hold the Red Bulls further behind. Russell not able to get past Magnussen. The longer he gets stuck behind him, the more it's going to hurt him. He's got the pace on those tyres, but the softs go off very quickly here. They wear brand new softs. He's only done one lap and he's lost 6% of his tyres, 7% of his tyres already. But this is the important battle. This is Perez and Verstappen trying to get past the Alpines. I really want the Alpines to get a result here, because it helps us both in this race and in the championships. Takes points away from both Verstappen and Red Bull in the drivers and constructors. Might give us a chance to retake the lead again. We'll definitely retake the lead in the constructors if things stay like this. And hopefully we'll retake the lead in the drivers as well. And our tyres are now on a par with the Red Bulls, so that early stop for us meant they had a grip advantage. That's gone now. We're now on an even peg when it comes to tyre life. So a few more laps like this and we'll start to build a tyre advantage. So if they do get through past the Alpines, we'll have tyres to spare for the closing laps. I'm not even going to bother checking in on our drivers. I'm just going to trust they're going to keep things under control. They're not going to do anything stupid. And watch them to continue to open this gap up. Watch the Red Bulls get frustrated behind the Alpines here. Someone spun. It's a Ferrari. That's Sainz.
Okay.
Let's take a look at the replay. Let's have another look. Science is the focus here. What a spin out!
Everyone's making mistakes on that turn. either running wide or spinning.
And that was a bit...
Perez trying to squeeze through. This is so tight. Perez might have been able to actually complete this move here. No, Ocon got him back. Good lad. Good lad. He's going to have another go though. Ocon boxed in behind Ricciardo. Now it's Perez who's boxed in. Oh, watch Verstappen on the outside. Gets up the inside of Perez. And Verstappen moves up. Ah, these Red Bulls are really struggling to get past the Alpines. It's fantastic. I've got a little French Grand Prix mobile roadblock here. It's glorious. I'm loving it. I am actually going to drop the pace on the tyres.
Drop back a bit.
Protect the engines.
Okay, copy.
For all the attacking that's going on behind him, Ricciardo has remained unflappable. He's just holding position beautifully here. An inspired drive from the Honey Badger. And I realise I have just put the curse of the commentator on him there, and he's probably going to spin out or crash now. Alright, where's Russell? Russell has taken the fastest lap. He's up to 8th now. He's going very quick. 1:33.9s. Closing by 1.2 seconds a lap on Leclerc. It's going to be on him very soon. His tyres are starting to burn a little bit. Still got some life in them. But I don't know if he's going to be able to catch up to Perez and Verstappen. Well, at least he should do if they're still stuck behind the Alpines, but if they get past the Alpines, he won't catch them. I mean, if Russell can get involved and start taking points off the Red Bulls as well, get himself into the points, that would just be the icing on top of the cake. Or the icing on the cake, the cherry on top. Getting my metaphors mixed there. And we're still pulling a gap, even though we're in full conserve mode now. The gap's now up to 9 seconds. Russell's going to get DRS on Leclerc here. He's broken Gasly as well. And Leclerc himself is closing on the Red Bulls because they are stuck behind the Ferrari. Sorry, stuck behind the Alpines. So, yeah, it's going to get very feisty in the battle for third. It's going to become a six-way brawl. Oh, and Ricciardo has finally been passed by Ocon. And now he's being passed by both the Red Bulls. Oh, Ricciardo. I see, curse of the commentator. Told you. Fighting back. He's going to have the inside line at the final turn. Can he get the drive? He can. He holds back Perez. And can he even retake his position? He swoops back past his teammate. What a drive from Ricciardo. This is one of those races where, you know, we're just ignoring our drivers and watching what's going on behind us. Something we don't normally get the chance to really do for this long because we're so focused on trying to move our drivers up. But we've been so comfortable since the pit stop that we can just watch all the drama unfolding behind us. It's great.
Doing a good job, keep pushing.
Again, those two still catching. Oh, Perez might be able to complete the move this time. He has, which means he's going to go straight on the attack against Ocon. Now the Red Bulls finally going to break through the resolute defence of the Alpines.
This is good, come on.
Yes, they are. There goes Perez. Ocon swoops in front of his teammate there to stop him from following through. Oh, it's Verstappen, not Perez. So Verstappen's been unleashed into third. That is the worst possible outcome. And there goes Perez. I think finally, you just see us there in the background. I think finally the valiant defence of the Alpines is broken. So it's time for us to up our tyre pace again.
So we just need to push now.
Yeah, copy.
Protect our gap. We've got tyres in better shape, but it all counts. Perez still stuck in sixth. Russell has now got past Leclerc. Hopefully Russell can at least take points off Perez. Take points away from Red Bull, even if it's only 1 point. With only 10 points for a win, every point counts in this championship. Need Ocon to get back in front of Verstappen if at all possible. The gap is coming down. We've got time. Someone's gone wide. Who was it this time?
Who's running wide?
Magnussen. Yeah, what's happened to Magnussen?
All eyes on Kevin Magnussen here.
He had that spin, didn't he? Oh, that run. No, he ran wide, I think.
Time.
Lost a couple of places earlier on, and that's just dropped him way out of contention. He was right up there at the beginning of the race. Again, losing out through a mistake. Russell very close to the back of these guys now. Really looking forward to the new cockpit view. You know, the driver's helmet view for F123. I think that will add that extra element to when we're watching the races. Situations like this where you can see the driver's eye view. Ocon just not able to make the move. Ricciardo out of DRS range. Is Perez going to get him? No, and Ricciardo just about gets back in. Russell now almost in that 1 second range. He's so close. Those tyres are definitely going off. He should still be quick. Oh, he might just have snuck into DRS range there. He did. Excellent. So Russell is now joining this fight. Brilliant stuff. And we are opening up that gap again now that Verstappen is having to drive defensively against Ocon, who almost gets the move done. They're side by side, but Verstappen should outdrag him. And he does. Ocon's hanging on in there. Can he get a podium on his home Grand Prix? Really hope he does. Mainly because it helps me more than it helps him. It's a selfish desire, but...
Five to go.
Come on, Esteban. Or Estebaby, as he called himself at Monaco. Ricciardo's still doing a grand job of holding back Perez. There is Russell. He's right there now. Ocon again having a look at the inside. Verstappen's just going to outdrag him on the straight again, but this time he's on the outside and Ocon's on the inside. And Ocon completes the move. Good lad, Ocon. Good lad. I'm dropping my tyre pace down again.
Yeah, take it easy.
Okay.
9 seconds with 5 laps, 4 laps. We can afford to run this low pace setting for the last few laps.
4 more laps, 4 more laps.
There goes Max again. And Ricciardo having a look again. Vesti currently ahead of Felipe. Those two keep swapping places back and forth. They both need the win for the championship, so I'm not going to tell one of them to pull over. We get towards the end of the season and one of them is more in the fight than the other one, then I will back that one driver. I do want to try and win at least one of these 2 championships this year if we can. Be a great way to sign off on this game, to win a title on challenge mode. And it's not been easy this season. It's been hard. It's been very hard. But the floor has made a huge difference, and it's not the slight bump in speed, it's the big performance gain in the dirty air performance that's helped us Without that, we would not have been able to follow as close as we did at the start. We certainly wouldn't have been able to run low tyre pace and follow closely, or fuel save and run closely, or charge a battery and run close. We would have risked dropping off every time we made the slightest deviation from standard pace. So yeah, that flaw has made a huge impact in boosting our dirty air performance. And with a new front wing coming, even though it's a minor upgrade, a new front wing at Spa, that will help even more. Just bolt on a little bit of extra grip for us, give us a little bit better brake cooling. And the new suspension coming for Hungary, which will be a major upgrade, a major suspension upgrade, will give us a nice bit of cooling again for the brakes, reduce some drag on the car, and again give us a little bump in our downforce numbers as Ocon retakes third place again. Come on, Ocon, you can do this. I have faith in you. Russell passed Perez. I missed that overtake, but Russell is through against Perez. If he can get Ricciardo on this lap, he might be able to get ahead of Verstappen. That would be fantastic. We're going to watch Russell in these dying 2 laps.
2 more laps.
And then we've got a minor chassis upgrade that will drop for Spa as well, which will provide us again with a bit of reduction to drag, a little bit of boost to our downforce, but also a little boost to our engine cooling as well, which will hopefully make our brand new engine at Spa last a little bit longer. Verstappen is through, and he's now got a little bit of a gap. Russell is fighting with Ricciardo. He's probably going to get him. He might even get Ocon here. Ocon's outside of the 1 second window. Ocon's vulnerable. Oh no, he just managed to hang on. And Ricciardo's got the slipstream of Ocon, which means he's going to pull back ahead of Russell. Even Perez might get him. Slipstream is so powerful on this track. Yeah, Russell just lost out big time there. I was really hoping he'd be able to get past Ricciardo onto Ocon and then take points off Verstappen. That's not going to happen now. Not with 1 lap to go. So all our hopes are back on Ocon again. But I hope he's got enough left in the car to get back in front of Verstappen and take that podium spot away from him.
This will be last lap.
Okay.
Alright, he's not made the overtake there. He's got one real opportunity left, and that's on the main back straight with DRS there. If he can't get it done there, he's probably not going to do it. Come on, Esther baby. It's got a clean run. He gets in front and he closes the door. Max now going to look to dive up the inside. Ocon holds him back. Whoa, he's going to do it. I think, I hope. Oh, here comes Max up the inside. Oh no. And Max closes the door on Ocon. I think that's it. I think Max is going to take third now. It's going to take an almighty lunge from Ocon here. He's not going to get him. Felipe wins the Grand Prix. Vesti comes home in second. Max is going to take third. Well, couldn't have everything. But I'll take the 1-2. I'll gladly take the 1-2, and a very comfortable 1-2 in the end. Our tyres in much better shape there. We're just able to look after them so well on that second stint. Nobody lapped. Stroll a minute behind us, but still on the lead lap. And there they are, bringing it home to the garage. A 1-2 for the team. Great result for Alpine. Almost got the podium, but a 4th and 5th place for them. That's good points. That's 5 more points for them. We'll pick up 16. Red Bull will pick up 5. I think that puts us clear by 2 points, if my maths is correct.
What an incredible outcome for Aston Martin's driver. Today, Aston Martin demonstrated that they can go very far indeed.
I agree, this was all very impressive, and it's obviously the work of a solid, well-run team.
After an intense weekend, the team ends in first place in the constructor standings.
Next round, we're moving on to an exhilarating circuit. Formula One will be taking to the Hungaroring for the Hungarian Grand Prix.
So confirmation of the final results. Felipe gaining 7 places, Freddie gaining 5. Inexplicably, just a second off the pace in Q3 when we were topping the timings in Q1 and Q2. Don't know where that sudden loss of pace happened in Q3 there. Very, very strange. But we managed to overcome it. We ran a very careful, methodical first stint on the hards. Made it work. Looked after the tyres. Got the opportunity and sprinted away. And they were able to build a gap. Thanks to, in part, Russell holding back the 2 Red Bulls and fighting them off for us. And then we, crucially, were able to get out ahead of the big chasing pack of Ricciardo and co behind when we made our pit stops. Allowed us to just look after the mediums, not have to fight our way through traffic, and just take it nice and easy to the flag, and that's exactly what we did. And a great result for us. Russell just missing out on points, does get the fastest lap, but he won't get a point for that because it is only 6 places paying points, no fastest lap point this year. Good result for Leclerc, starting 19th because of his penalty, but couldn't even get close to the points in the end. Another disappointing race for Sainz. Where is Sainz? Down in 11th. Mistakes again from him. Lewis didn't really do that much in the Grand Prix. He had the penalty, dropped him to 15th at the start. Made him a couple of mistakes after making some progress, dropped himself back down again. Norris had a nightmare. Mistake after mistake for Norris. A spin, 2 wides. Yeah, not a good race for him. And there we go. That is the final standings. Let's take a look at the Drivers' Championships. So, Max holds on to the driver's lead from Freddie by just 2 points now. Felipe jumps back ahead of Perez with his win and gets himself almost within striking range. No changes anywhere else of any real note. Ocon gains a couple more points, as you can see, closes him back up to Russell. Ricciardo jumps Sainz and Vettel, gets 4 points, doubles his tally for the season so far. Moves him up to 11th. In the Constructors' Championship, we should be top again, and we are by 2 points. My math was correct. So, very tight battle between us and Red Bull going into the second half of the season after the summer break. McLaren and Mercedes not scoring, neither team scoring. They are still locked in that battle for third. A big gap as well back to Ferrari, who again didn't score. Alpine making the most of their race performance tonight to gain 5 more points and close the gap to Ferrari, looking like they could seriously challenge them for 5th place this season. No other teams scoring points, no other changes to driver positions or team positions. Excellent race for both of our drivers. There you can see exceptional race rating for Freddie, 15 overtakes, 13 defences, 21 failed overtakes, 14 failed defences. Felipe as well, 20 overtakes, 20 defences, 12 failed overtakes, 14 failed defences, earns himself a boatload of points and gets a development point in the process. And sponsors, well, we failed our our qualifying position because inexplicably we were just that second off the pace in Q3. No understanding as to why we were so slow. Brand new tyres, clear track, just couldn't get it done for whatever reason. But everything else we passed, so more money in the bank. We have a new point for Felipe. Let's give his reactions a little boost. Freddie is going to get a point before... no, he's not going to get a point before the next Grand Prix. I forgot to give Chris Cronin a boost. Let's do it now. And there we go. That is the end of tonight's stream. We will advance to Hungary and do the Hungary Grand Prix next week on Tuesday. Tomorrow I'll be back with City Skylines with Bobbington 2.0, having had to make some changes and start the map again, thanks to not actually activating the 25 tile option. So yeah, that's a bit disappointing, but I think you'll like the direction I've gone in with the new version of the city on the same map. So that'll be tomorrow night stream, and then again cities on Monday, and then back for the Hungarian Grand Prix on Tuesday. So until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob. If you've enjoyed the stream, please give it a like, and I look forward to seeing you all again for some more F1 Manager or City Skylines very soon.